Hey YouTube, it's me Key and I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Usually when I post a story time, it's about something that happened back in my past, but this story time is more recent. It happened last month, so I just want to talk about that. And before I get into the story time, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get into it. Last month my car was shot up. Mine and my neighbor's car was shot up. So this is how everything happened. I remember me and my kids, we were laying down to go to bed, and this is probably around 9 o'clock. Like I usually go to bed early. So this is around 9:30. So as I'm dozing off, like I just hear a whole lot of gunshots, and they sounded pretty close. So, you know, I usually hear gunshots, but they're like more far away, but these sounded really close. So I have two family members who live right by me. Like, if you didn't know, I had moved to a new state about 2 years ago. I'm originally from Arizona, so I moved to a new state about 2 years ago, and I don't know anybody here. Like, I have two family members here, and we all live in the same apartment complex. So usually when something happens, I'll call them. Like, I called the first person, he didn't answer, and I called the second person, and when she answered the phone, she immediately said, "What happened?" And I'm like, "That's why I'm calling you." And she was like, "Well, I hear so-and-so outside screaming." So I immediately like put my shoes on and ran outside, because if he's outside screaming, something is wrong. So I went outside, and I don't want to say who this person is, but I went outside and I just seen him standing by his gate. Like, my two family members, they don't live together, but they have their own apartment. They live in one section and I live in another section. So I came out of our gate. Well, I came out of my gate of my apartments, and I seen him standing next to his gate of his apartments, and I seen him holding his arm, and I just seen like it was a lot of blood. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened?" He was just saying how his arm is falling off. He was telling me his arm's falling off. And I'm like, "Oh my God," like I'm in shock, you know? So I just ran back in the house. So I'm just like, "Oh my God." So I ran back in the house to get my phone so I can call the ambulance. And this never happened before, because, like, you know, when you call 911, usually when you call, they automatically answer. But I'm calling 911 and the phone is just ringing and ringing and ringing for a really long time. So finally I get someone on the line, and then, you know, she's 911, "How can I help you?" Whatever she said, I don't remember. But I'm just like, "So-and-so has been shot. They need an ambulance now." And she hung up on me. So I'm like, "Oh my God, what do I do?" So I run outside. I still see him. He's like pacing back and forth. Like, there's blood everywhere. Like, his whole shirt's covered in blood. The ground it's just blood everywhere. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He's calm. He's more calm in the situation than I am. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. He was like, "You're gonna have to take me to the hospital." So I run back in the house. Like, y'all know, if you don't know, I have children. So I run back in the house. I'm telling my kids, "Put y'all shoes on, put y'all shoes on." I'm in so much of a panic that I didn't even make sure all my kids had their shoes on, because like I'm just like, I don't know where he's been hit, and he's saying he feel like he finna die. Like, I'm just scared, you know? So I just grabbed my babies, tell my kids, I'm like, y'all come on. And remind you, we're finna go to bed. Like, we have our pajamas on. He's only literally wearing a onesie and no shoes. So I come to my car. I see my car's, like, my windows. I have pictures to y'all. I'm gonna post them. But my windows are, they're shattered. Like, my windows to my car are shattered. I see the bullet holes. I have bullet holes through my car. My baby's car seat had glass. There was bullet holes through my baby's car seat. And so I get my kids in the car, and I'm so scared because he's steady telling me I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. So I get there as fast as I can, and the hospital is literally right up the street. Thank God, the hospital is right up the street from our apartments. And I get him there, and I just start blowing my horn. And, well, I did this because, well, I started blowing my horn because I see in the movies, like, you know, when you pull up to emergency, you start blowing your horn, and nurses and doctors run outside. So I thought that was gonna happen, and no, it didn't. So I'm like, damn, no one's coming outside. So I hop out. go to one part of the emergency. They was like, I'm like, hey, so-and-so's been shot. And they're telling me, oh, you have to go next door. It's just all casual. Oh, go next door. I'm like, whatever. So I run to the other side of ER. I'm like, so-and-so has been shot. And so-and-so is behind me. And he's like, my arm is falling off. My arm is falling off. So doctors and nurses come out and they take him to the back. And I go back outside with my kids. So the nurses and the security, they came out and they were asking me what happened. And I don't even know, like, I just couldn't even breathe. I could barely talk. I'm just trying to get my words out. And they were just like, you know, just take your time, calm down. I'm panicking. I'm calling my family in Arizona because, like, literally, I don't know anybody here besides my 2 family members. I don't know nobody out here. So we get my kids out of the car and they have us stand like on the sidewalk right next to the hospital entrance. So my car, they're telling me like my car is under investigation because it was shot up. I can't go back in my car. I can't get nothing out of it. And I'm like, damn, well, can I at least get my baby stroller because he don't have no shoes on and we just going to be standing here? Like, can I at least get a stroller? They're telling me, no, I can't even get my baby stroller. Y'all, like, and my son, it was late now, but he had a lot of energy. Like, he was turned up. So I'm trying to hold him. He's getting down. He running around. Like, my baby, he's only a year old, y'all. He's only a year old. So he's turned up. And I'm like, damn, I'm going through all of this. And this little baby is just turned up, running around. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. What? I'm like begging the police. I'm like, please, can I just get his stroller? Y'all see this little baby running around? And they're like, we're sorry, but we do have to wait on the detectives to come talk to you. And then you can ask them if you're able to get your baby's stroller out of the trunk. And so, y'all, why we was out there for 3 whole hours. Like, I could have went home, but they wouldn't let me get they wouldn't let me get the car seats or no booster seats. And you know, you cannot ride in a Lyft or an Uber with no car seats for your kids. They will not pick you up. They'll smooth pull up and they'll drive off once they see you ain't got no car seat. Like, that's happened to me a couple times. So I knew already not to call no Uber and no Lyft. So I'm sitting out there for hours with my kids. Because luckily, this nice lady, she had seen us. She said that she was visiting her friend and she seen us downstairs throughout the window, and she came downstairs. She came in a clutch, y'all. She came with some blankets and a whole bunch of snacks and some water for my kids. Oh my God, like, she came through for us. So she just stood outside with us and talked to us, helped calm me down. And this other lady, she had to come. She literally had to get out of her truck and walk over to us, and she took my daughter by the hand and just, you know, comforted her and calmed her down, because I'm like, I'm out here with all my kids and I have to tell the police what happened, and I can't even like comfort my daughter. Like, she understands what's going on. She's old enough to understand. So she's not taking it too well. But luckily, it was people there, you know, to help me in my time of need. And my sister, she came, she had caught a Lyft down there, and she told the police what happened. She told them what she saw. We was outside for 3 hours. Imagine. It's late at night and I'm outside with all my kids. They in pajamas, one's in a little onesie, no shoes on. Like, I'm just irritated because I'm tired. It's a lot going on. And I don't even have a way home because I can't call a Lyft. They won't let me in my car seat or my booster seats. So I had to wait for so-and-so, well, my family member's friend. So I had to wait for his friend to come pick us up. So yeah, that's how we finally got home from my family member's friend. So when we got home, the whole street was taped off. And then I finally, you know, was able to get my kids in the house, and the detectives had to come there to talk to me about what happened. And I'm like, damn, like, I just told the police what happened, and then y'all gotta come here. I'm trying to get my kids in the bed because it's late and they dirty and they tired. Well, first I have to give them a bath, but yeah, so we're all tired. And y'all, this is what blew me. Why, when I get home, literally 30 minutes later, the police gonna tell me, oh, you can go back and get your car? Really? So I had to ask my sister to come over and watch my kids, and I had to catch a Lyft, spend money, catch a... to go back up to the hospital just to get my car. I was just like, I'm just over today. But thank God we're all alive and we're all okay. My family ended up being okay. He had to have surgery, but he's still alive and we're thanking God for that. This is what happened. So my family member that was shot, he says that because, okay, we live in a pretty bad area and we also have this neighbor who lives directly behind me, right in front of my other family member, and right next door to my sister. Like, he's right smack down in the middle, this neighbor. So we have this neighbor who is a sex offender, who has tried to lure my child in their house, who's done so many things, who's vandalized my car, threw food on my car, like even followed me up to my kid's school. You know, he's done so many things. So that family member has a camera in front of their door, because the same neighbor has stolen packages off their porch too. So yeah, he knew to buy a camera. And I'm gonna get one on the outside too, because I had went outside, like this was probably 2 weeks ago, y'all. I had went outside early in the morning to take my kids to summer school, and somebody literally had like a cushion and a pillow. Look, I'm gonna post that picture too. Somebody literally had a cushion and a pillow. Like, they slept on my porch, y'all. So people around here, like, they do not care. If somebody try to break in my car, all that. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting off the topic, but let me get back to the story. So they have a camera, and they saw it. I guess they were trying to steal their car, so they went outside to confront them. Things got heated. They started arguing and shot my family member. So yes, that's what happened. And the detectives, they don't even answer the phone for us anymore. Like, literally the next day, y'all, they stop answering the phone for us. They don't return our phone calls, nothing. They just, like, whatever. They don't care, because people in the neighborhood are telling them that, oh, it's drug related. Since when is car theft become drug related? It's nowhere near drug related. This person does not sell drugs. Like, even if it was drug related, you're not gonna investigate the case anymore. You're not gonna go after the people who shot this person. You just said, forget the case, it's over with, who cares? Currently, like, we're still healing from everything. My daughter, she's still pretty shaken up. This makes her feel better, but I don't know. She has me put a lock on our porch gate. Like, she wants to feel safe. So I'm going to do whatever I have to do just to make her feel safe, you know. I'm currently looking for another place, because I told my landlord, I don't feel safe living over here, and if he had any other apartments that he had available. Y'all, why he tell me he don't have nothing? I know he do. He owns hundreds of properties. Like, you'll see his name and sign all over the city. Like, I know you have something else. You just don't want to move me. I don't know. He's weird. But my family, they want me to move back to Arizona. Like, the point of me moving here is because I've tried to find a place for 3 years in Arizona, and I had no success. So I immediately came out here. Actually, I came here on my birthday back in 2021, and I spoke to the landlord. He was like, yeah, I got something available. And he told me to go look at it. He was like, you like it? I was like, do like it. He was like, all right, give me your ID and money. It was that easy, you know? So, yeah. But in Arizona, like, I applied for so many places, and then, like, I'll get denied, or they'll approve me, and then they'll give my apartment to somebody else. Like, literally, I had called, and I'm like, so I'm checking up on my apartment 815, and she was like, oh, okay, Brenda Washington. I'm like, huh? I'm like, no, I'm so-and-so. And she was like, oh, like, yeah, she literally had gave my apartment to somebody else. Like, that happens a lot. Or they want you to make 3 times the rent, and the apartment would be a 2-bedroom for $1,800. Like, how the hell am I supposed to afford that? I don't know. So I'm definitely looking to move, but I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Arizona, because, like I said, I had such a hard time trying to find a place, and it was pretty easy for me to get a place out here. So I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. But I did get my windows fixed the day after everything happened, because my kids are in summer school, and I can pull up to summer school with bullet holes through my windows. So yeah, it cost me almost $400, but I did that. I had to get my windows fixed. I couldn't even wait on no insurance. I had to go get my windows fixed immediately, y'all. So yeah, that's what I did. My daughter, my kids, they're all doing a lot better. I'm doing okay now. Just trying to figure things out. But yeah, that's my story. I know, tragic, right? I just feel like that this is a safe place for me to express myself and be myself. I feel like my subscribers, like, we're family. Like, I love when you guys comment on my stories, my cooking tutorials, like the good comments, you know. I don't even too much pay attention to the negativity anymore. I don't care. It makes me so happy. Like, believe it or not, it makes me so happy. It makes me feel so good. So please keep continuing to do that because I love it and I read every single comment. Thank you so much for tuning into my story time. I know it's a little bit different, but thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe.